In the heat of a confrontation, most people make a fatal mistake. They speak. They let their emotions leak through their words, feeding the fire of the argument and losing their position of power. We are programmed to defend ourselves, to shout back, and to have the last word. But this is a trap. When you react instantly, you are predictable. You are being controlled by your impulses. But in Japan, there is a centuries-old secret to social mastery that turns this dynamic upside down. It is called the power of the purposeful pause. When a conflict begins to escalate, many Japanese couples and leaders practice a unique ritual. It is a cultural concept of ma, the space between things. Instead of escalating the noise, they stop. They look at each other and they wait. They commit to 5 minutes of absolute silence together in the same room. This is not the silent treatment used as a cold punishment. It is a collaborative biological reset. It is the understanding that nothing productive can be said while the blood is boiling. To understand why this works, we must look at the brain. During a fight, you suffer from what psychologists call an amygdala hijack. Your brain's emotional center takes over, flooding your system with cortisol and adrenaline. In this state, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic and long-term consequences, is effectively offline. By choosing 5 minutes of silence, you are giving your liver time to clear those stress hormones. You are reclaiming the command of your own nervous system, while your opponent is left shouting at a wall of absolute, immovable calm. In the world of social engineering, silence is the ultimate weapon of dominance. In a negotiation, the person who speaks first often loses the high ground. When you meet an attack with silence, you create a psychological vacuum. The other person feels a desperate need to fill that void. They begin to stutter, they over-explain, and eventually, they reveal their weaknesses. Silence is a mirror. It forces the aggressor to hear the echo of their own anger and see their own lack of control. By remaining still, you appear more dangerous, more calculated, and infinitely more powerful. So, how do you apply this in your modern life? First, recognize the spark. The moment you feel the urge to snap back, that is your signal to go silent. Count your breaths. If you are with a partner, explain the rule before the fight happens. Tell them. When we get angry, we wait 5 minutes before we speak. If you are in a professional setting, use the 3-second rule. After someone finishes speaking, count to 3 slowly before you respond. This brief silence signals that you are not reacting, you are choosing your words. It makes every sentence you utter carry 10 times more weight. If you want to dominate any environment, you must first learn to control your tongue. Most people are slaves to their reactions. The elite are masters of their silence. Remember, the loudest person in the room is often the weakest. The silent observer is the one in control. Silence is not a lack of communication. It is a strategic strike. It is the loudest sound in the world.